Hi. I have shown up on time as you have requested. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we should probably just get right to it. I mean, the last time I measured you, I didn't wear a shirt either, and you actually requested that. Is this not. Does this please you? Okay, good. So let's go ahead and get into it because we actually have a lot of measuring that we need to get done in a little bit of time. So if you don't mind to just bear with me here, we're going to get it done. Before we get started, though, do you mind if I get close to you and touch you? Because I'm going to be in your personal space. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to measure your head in general, like this. So we're going to go up and down here, and then we're going to go side to side, okay? Yes, well, actually, a lot of people make the assumption that I just measure with some kind of fancy tape measure. No, you don't need that. I just measure with a Craftsman because number one, it's guaranteed for life. It's guaranteed for life. It's guaranteed for life. So you don't really have to do anything else, okay? Yeah, okay, good. All right, so let's get started with measuring. I'm going to start from top to bottom, and we're going to measure with that, okay? All right, so let's go. Hold very still. It's very important that you hold very, very still. So I'm going to move this up here, and we're going to take a look at this. All right, so it looks like you are at 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths. You're at 8 and 7 eighths. You're at 8 and 7 eighths. So from top to bottom, your head is at 8 and 7 eighths inches. 8 and 7 eighths inches. 8 and 7 eighths inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure your head horizontally. I'm going to measure your head horizontally like this, okay? So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to get close to you again, okay? Is this too fast? How are you feeling? Was that okay? Because I want you to be very comfortable. So we're going to just relax and take it very slow this time and easy. Because I just want to make sure that you are comfortable and that you have what you need. This is supposed to be an enjoyable experience. This is an appointment that you've already paid for and requested. All I do is show up without a shirt on, apparently, which is what you like, and we just get to measuring. So yeah, I can come measure you anytime that you want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. It looks like from cheek to cheek, you're about 5.5 inches. But if you actually want to be measured from ear to ear, then that's a little bit different. It's not going to be that much longer, but it is going to go out just a tad longer. So it's actually going to go out it's going to go out 6 3/4 of an inch. So it's going to go out about 6 3/4 of an inch. That's actually not that bad. You have very beautiful facial features. We can measure you horizontally if you want at the end, but in terms of actual professional measuring, then we don't need to do that. One of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to measure your eyebrows. We're pretty much at this point. We're going to go from top to bottom in terms of facial features. We may even actually be able to get the beard as well. Or we can get your ear. We have some add-ons that you can purchase at the end if you would like to. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And I'm actually going to get here. Now, when you measure an eyebrow, you have to be very... What's the word that I'm looking? Careful. You have to be very careful when measuring an eyebrow because you're going to want to get from the very end of your eyebrow all the way up into the beginning crease. Most people think that you're actually supposed to go from the middle of your forehead to the end of your eyebrow, and it's just because almost everyone has hair that grows in the middle. You don't need that. You just need from the part where you want your eyebrow to be to the end. That way, if you ever go get your eyebrows waxed, you can actually take them this measurement and you can say, hey, I want this amount of spacing in between my eyebrows and I want my eyebrows to be this wide, and they can hook you up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that, okay? Let's go up here, and it looks like your eyebrow is roughly a little under 2 inches. So 1 7/8. Let's go 1 7/8. Now, a lot of people also say that the other eyebrow is supposed to be the exact same measurement. That is not true. It doesn't have to be true. The saying that eyebrows are sisters and not twins are true. That is true. So let's go ahead and do this with the other eyebrow. And like I said, we're going to go from where your eyebrow starts right here over to here. Okay? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to measure again. We're going to measure again. We're going to measure again. And now it looks... Now this one looks like 2 1/8 of an inch. Don't be alarmed. That is perfectly fine. That's actually not even that big of a measurement difference. It's about that. Actually, you can't even see that. It's such a small difference. So we're not going to, now that we've got these measured, I'm actually going to move over to your eyeballs. Now, when I measure your eyeballs, I'm actually not measuring the eyeball itself. I'm measuring the socket. So I'm going to go from this. We're going to go from this here to the inner crease out to the outer crease like this. Just like that. So I'm going to go just like this. So we're going to go to the left. We're going to go to the left here. We're going to check that out. And it's going to, we're going to roughly say, it also looks like it is 1 7/8 of an inch. And that's actually perfectly normal for people to have an eyebrow measurement that is pretty much the same length as their eye socket right here. So don't be alarmed. Sometimes it is a little bit more, but it's actually quite common for it to be. Trust me, I am a very, very experienced professional measurer. Good, I'm glad. Okay, so now let's get the same thing on the other side. And it actually also looks like 1 7/8 over here, which would make this eyebrow slightly larger than this eye, and that is perfectly okay. Do not get upset about that, please. Do not get upset about that. So that's perfectly fine. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to measure your nose. A lot of people, strangely, get self-conscious about measuring their nose. Do not get self-conscious. It's a nose. It's just a nose. So don't stress out about it, okay? So I'm going to go from here to the very tip of your nose, and I just want you to nose. Just kidding. Some measurement body part humor. I just want you to nose. Just kidding. I just want you to know that you are beautiful. So you don't have anything to worry about. Okay? Good. All right, so let's go straight in with that. Let's go straight up in here. So it looks like it's just slightly over 2.5. I'm not going to give you the exact measurement on that. I'm going to write everything down at the end. My memory is that good. Because I don't want you to be self-conscious about that. And probably for the rest further down, I don't want you to get self-conscious about that either. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the width. And when I measure the width, I mean from the very end of your nose here to the very end of your nose here. Okay? All right. You ready? Let's do this. Yeah. That's perfect. Perfect. That is perfect. That is perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to measure your mouth from corner to corner, corner to corner. I'm going to measure your mouth from corner to corner. There's really no need to measure it this way because that doesn't reserve any function. Okay. Now you can use this other measurement, but we're going to have to talk about where you can use that measurement in a place where no one will hear us ever. Yes. Got you. I got you, family. I'm sorry. I've met you a couple of times. Family is just what people who are close say. And you've requested me every time. I thought it was because you liked me. Okay, let's just, you know what? You don't have to answer or comment. Let's just move on. Okay. And good. Now, something else that I am going to do. I'm going to measure from the tip of your ear to the bottom. I know that we talked about that being an add-on that you can possibly purchase, but I don't want you to have to purchase it because I like you. Okay, good. All right, so I am, like I said, I'm going to measure from up here all the way to the bottom, and I'm not going to measure it like this. That's the wrong way to do it. I'm going to actually tilt this at an angle like this so that you can see how we do things. And now we're going to go over like this. I'm going to go around over like this to your head, and we're going to measure the ear like that. That was perfect. Perfect. Now I'm going to just go right in, and I'm actually going to measure over here like this as well. And I think that actually looks really freaking good. That actually looks really good. Yes. I mean, there are a couple add-ons that we can do. How about I won't charge you for these add-on measurements right now, but if you wanted to tip me in future appointments, you can. Okay, let's do that. Again, you don't have to, but now I'm going to measure your beard. This requires 4 measurements. Most people have a cut right here, so you're going to want to measure from chin to the cut, and then from the cut up. So that's pretty much where your jawline hits, and then it goes up. So we're going to measure from chin to here, and then up on both sides. Got it? Get it? Good. Okay. So now, we're going to start like this first. So I'm actually going to pull this out a little bit here, just so that I can make sure to have enough slack here. You actually have beautiful facial features. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful facial features. Okay, good. I am glad. Now, let's go over here and do this. Let's go over here and do this. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to do this side up and down and this side up and down. So let's go in like this over here. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's go in like this over here. Boom. That is also beautiful. I love that. That is absolutely perfect. Okay. So, in terms of face, we've got you measured. We can measure anything that you want. It looks like our appointment is actually done today. So, in case you want to see appointments in the future, you know how to hit me up. We can get it taken care of. So, just in case you need anything at all, be sure to let me know. And I'm fairly certain you know exactly how to communicate with me. Okay. Well, I'll see you in the next. All right. I'll see you whenever you contact me again. It was really good to see you again, though. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put my shirt back on. Is that okay? Okay. Good.